Alright guys, in this video I want to talk to you about how to calculate profit margins. It's something I've touched on briefly in the sea shipping video I did, but now I've got to pretty much the end stage in the process. Hopefully I can give you accurate ways of calculating the exact profit margins, and I want to go over this again because my profit margin is now lower than I thought it was going to be, just purely because there's lots of fees and extras that I wasn't aware of at the very start. So hopefully this will help you guys be able to calculate those profit margins before pulling the trigger on any product. The first thing I just want to touch on though is whether VAT is applicable to the FBA fees. This is a question that a guy called Joe Howlett raised in one of my other videos, and I did some research on it, and I want to show you screenshots directly from the Amazon calculator, which is freely available online, and also the actual fees exactly from the Amazon Seller Central, which I've also got here. So if we look on the right hand side, this is based on the product I'm going to be selling at a list price of $22.99. The selling on Amazon fee is £3.45 because that's a 15% fee of whatever the list price is. And then you've got the fulfillment by Amazon fee at £2.43, and that varies depending on the weight and size of the product, and also whether you require monthly storage. So based on that, you think your overall FBA fee is going to be just under £6, but it isn't, because it doesn't include VAT. So if you look on this left hand side where we've got the screenshot from the Amazon Seller Central, now I've actually added my product into the Seller Central with the correct weights and values. And you can see here the figures are the same. The referral fee is £3.45 and the FBA rate is, well, it's got it at £2.53 there. So there must be a very slight difference, between the actual product I've entered. But the key difference here is the taxes at the bottom are £1.20. So you're also paying 20% VAT on any of your FBA fees. So just bear that in mind when you're doing your calculations. Obviously, when you become VAT registered, you can claim that back. But then when you are VAT registered, you're including VAT in your overall sale price, so it's kind of trade-off there. So just be aware of that when you're working out those initial profit margins. So onto the actual overall calculations themselves. I've based this on a product that we can source at £4 per unit. The weight of the product is 1 kilo, and the sale price or the list price of the product will be £15. So this is an example that hopefully you can use for any of the products you're thinking about selling to get a really good idea of what your profit margin will be on that product. So obviously, like I just said, the FOB unit cost, so the FOB is the cost to get it to the nearest port ready for your freight forwarder to take it over. So that's your product manufactured, packaged up and shipped to the nearest port. So £4 per unit is the cost. And then when you're buying these products through Alibaba, there is a trade assurance credit card fee of 2.95%. So if you times it by 1.0295, you'll get the total how much it's going to cost you per unit. So in this instance, it's jumped it up to £4.12, which is only a small amount, but if you scale that up over 5,000 products, if you eventually get to that stage, you're spending quite a lot of money in trade assurance fees. You've then got to add the freight forwarder cost. So based on the sea shipping that I'm doing, I'm paying just below 50p per kilo for sea shipping. That's insured as well. So I'm just going to base this, being that this kilo is one kilogram, I'm going to say, okay, it's 50p, just use nice round numbers. So £4.62 now, including the shipping cost. We've then got to add the customs duty. The customs duty is variable. I'm just going to use a typical 4%, because it's generally somewhere in the area. So that takes you up to £4.80 per unit. And then you've got to add VAT on top of that. So you have to take your unit cost, add your shipping cost, add your customs duty, and then you add VAT to get your unit cost. So this takes it to £5.76. I'm going to make a note of that total, because I'm then going to show you the FBA fees, and then we're going to add them on, and then obviously deduct that all from the sale price to give you the overall profit margin. So the FBA fee on this example, we know that it's a fixed 15% fee, so it's going to cost you £2.70, because £15 times 0.15, which is 15%, is £2.25. Times that by 1.2, that gives you £2.70. And then the actual fulfillment fee, which is variable, I've put it as £2 in this instance, which is quite generous, to be honest, because quite often the fulfillment fee can be higher than the selling on Amazon fee, but I'm going to say £2 just to try and keep it fair. So scale that with the VAT, that takes it to £2.40. So in this instance, it's a £5.10 of Amazon fees in total, which gives you a total unit cost of £5.76 plus your £2.70 Amazon fee and the £2.40 additional Amazon fee. So your overall unit cost is £10.86. So if your list price of this product was £15, your overall profit margin would be £4.14 per unit. So that's around about a 30% profit margin. So hopefully that gives you a way of calculating your profit margins. And also you'll see a lot of courses and YouTube videos saying that, you know, don't touch any products below 15% profit margin. Now, I'm not saying 50% profit margin is impossible, but I've been looking at products for now 3-4 months, and I think realistically, you know, the 30% area is probably where you're more likely to be. So don't be put off if the profit margin isn't that high. And obviously bear in mind what those FBA fees are going to be, because I just did an example. For example, I was looking at coat hangers, which everyone knows is really popular at the moment, and there was coat hangers selling at £15, and I looked at what the variable FBA fee was, and it was like £5.50. So including the standard fee, the person was spending £9, £9.50 on Amazon fees. So always check a similar product to what you plan on selling on the FBA calculator to get an idea of what it will cost, and of course add the VAT onto that. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully that helps. If you haven't subscribed, please do. You know, as this video is going live, I'm just approaching the 50 mark. So if you manage to be my 50th sub, please hit me up in the comments below.